Well, hello everybody. Good to see you here. We got some people in the chat already, so let's see who we got. We got Teresa the Treasure Hunter, my good friend. How are you doing? We got Phil Burden here. Good to see you. We got David Lewis. Good to see you. Leo Vaskic. Good to see you. Rypatch Ron. And let's see here. Who else we got in here? Frank's Fly Traps. Good to see you here. All right, Scott Batzler. All right. All right. I see some green clovers here in the chat. I forgot all about that. Happy Pinch Day, huh? Okay, so let's see here. I know Dan's trying to get logged on here. He tried to pop on here just a little bit ago, so he'll be here in just a little bit. Eric Campbell, good to see you. I hope everybody had a good week last week. Things are getting better around here. Our weather is actually straightening up a little bit. It's actually running right at about 50 degrees now, so that's a little more comfortable. Today was pretty nice. So NC Rocket, good to see you in here. All right. Well, this evening, we're going to have a couple of giveaways. I'm not sure exactly. I think Dan was wanting to do a giveaway this evening, and I plan on giving away a couple items. So you guys make sure you stay here this evening. Stay with us because you will need to be present to win. It will be an active, you'll have to participate in order to win in these giveaways. So there'll be probably at least 3 chances to win. We'll see how that goes. I know that there's going to be probably 3 anyway. So anyway, let's see what we got going on here. Let's see. David Lewis said he had 2 great days with his Equinox 700 and the Vanquish 540. Good deal. Raking in some treasure, I hope. And let's see. We've got Leo. That's in Arizona. Our RRPC, rot to dry wash, excellent for mine lab time. And recirculation, yeah, good deal. I've never prospected in Arizona. I always thought that would be a lot of fun to do. I think it gets hit pretty hard in a lot of areas, at least the known areas, but that's, as any gold field, that's going to happen. So let's see here. Yeah, that 700 is that 7 and the 900. I've been using the 900, and I'm very impressed with what's going on with that. I've got a video of a hunt that I went hunting this last week and found some pretty good old finds with it. And so we've got a video coming out next week about that. Well, there's Mr. Dan. How you doing, Dan?
Doing all right. I had some technical difficulty. I had to reboot the old computer here.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on just a second, you guys. I got this big ugly blotch on my screen. Oh, wait. No, it's just Dan. So anyway, so you got your screen all situated there, Dan?
Trying to.
I see it back there.
Yeah, it didn't work too good. I'm going to have to mess with it a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So Frank, you got a Sodbusters hat, and he says it's good luck. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you got to get that Sodbusters metal detecting merch, or otherwise you're just out there just flopping in the wind. You know, you have better luck with finding treasure if you're wearing that Sodbusters merch.
This hat might be better.
The one, oh, that green one that's in the green screen, can't see it. Just kidding.
Yeah.
But anyway,
doesn't look right here, does it?
I
look really.
There is a spot down. If you go into the settings, Dan, and then go into your virtual background. Click on virtual background, and then you'll see a fade bar. Work that fade bar, and that might help your green screen some.
Yeah, I've looked for that before and it wasn't there, so I don't know why. We'll mess with that later.
Okay. So,
or I'll mess with it while you're talking.
But anyway, so did anybody have any awesome finds this week? Or anything exciting happen in the metal detecting world? Hey, there's Bill Trent. How you doing, Bill? Good friend of mine there. And well, we got all kinds of people. Relic Recovery Specialist is in here. Good to see you. He says, hey, it's Dan the man. Can't wait to go back over there to your place and see if you can show me how to use the Knox 900. I've actually, Relic Recovery Specialist, I've got a video out how to start with that for the Equinox 900. And if you message me, I've got videos about the Equinox 800 that will apply to the 900 as well. So I've got some good videos that can get you going there. Oh, wow. So Frank got an 1831 large cent today. That's awesome.
Nice.
That is awesome. Where I'm at, we don't find stuff like that. We don't go back that far. I did meet a guy, though, that found a large cent here in Idaho, not too far from where I live. It's the only one I've heard of, though. So, yeah, congratulations. That's awesome. Let's see here. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. So yeah, I made some jerky this last week and sent some to Bill, and I sent some to Dan because I wanted to see Dan cry. I made it a little bit spicy, not too spicy. I almost got it mixed up because I forgot which one I made hotter than the other one. Neither one I thought was very hot, but I don't know. I've made hotter, but I didn't want to ruin it for anybody. So, yeah. All right. Relic Recovery Specialist says, works for me. I found a bunch of Civil War relics this last weekend near Pea Ridge and Cannonball Frag. I figured out the relic part. I need help on coin hunting. So, okay.
Oh, man.
So, all right. Alan Pfeiffer, while on vacation this week, I found a manticore for sale in a store. They were asking $2,070. So, yeah. All right. Anyway, Dan, do you have any announcements this evening?
Nothing at the moment. Nothing big anyway. I know people are going to ask what's the availability on the Manticores and the Equinox 900s, Equinox 700s, and the Xterra Pro now. Spoke to the warehouse today. I've got 700s in stock with more on the way. We should have some 900s soon. Just ran out last week. And Manticores are still trickling in. I got some information where it's not 100% confirmed of it. They may have a decent shipment of Manticores coming in, so I may be able to fill at least a few more orders, but I'm definitely not going to be able to get down all the way down the list where I need to be, but get them as quick as I can, and that's all I can do right now.
Good deal. Well, I did notice something about the Xterra Pro that's coming out. It was a surprise to me. But if you take a look at that machine, the coil, The coil cord comes off of the left-hand side rather than the right, like the Equinox series. I was surprised they did that. I'm not sure why they did that, but it's completely on the opposite side. So it's I thought maybe they just the picture was inverted or something like that, but no, it wasn't. I watched Michael on Iffy Signals and watched his video on it to verify that, and it's coming off the left-hand side. I'm not sure what happened there, or well, not what happened, but why they did that.
I'm going to try something on the screen, Larry. So
Okay,
I'm going to
Rick. It really it did it. Here we go, folks. As far as ground balance, it just varies. It can vary from, 1 foot to the next. It just really doesn't, I can't really give you an average because mineralization and stuff is different wherever you go. So it's the lower you can get that number, the better. So just try to find yourself a place that's target free if you can, and ground balance there. But I can't really give an average because it does change so much depending on location. So, hey Gomez, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm looking forward to coming to that mini hunt. I'm not exactly sure when that was. See, I think it's in April, isn't it? I think that mini hunt's in April, but I'm not sure. But I'm planning on coming to that. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to participate in the annual hunt this year. I will be there, but I don't think I'll be participating. I'm going to be busy running a booth, so, or helping run a booth anyway, I should say. So Billy says he's going to get the 900 as well. They'll come out with 1,000 plus next year. Sounds good, don't it? 1,000 plus. Yeah, I don't know. They've come out with a lot of machines here recently, so I'm not sure if they're going to be doing anything that soon or not. But it's hard to say. I didn't expect we got 4 new machines that came out this year, so I didn't expect that. But I'll be there. I'll be there. I just I won't be able to. You're going to have to give me all your treasure that you find because I'll be busy helping run the Mind Lab booth. So, but anyway. Oh, there you go, Dan.
Yeah,
Yep.
I ditched the green screen. It's not big enough, and it's.
Oh,
I found the fade button you were talking about. I had to enable green screen first on that, and it still wasn't working out right. So.
oh, okay. It looks better right now, though. Whatever you did there. So.
Yeah, I removed my suntan. Look, I had a real red look a while ago.
So. Okay. There's actually, this is in Idaho. There's a hunt coming up with the Northwest Treasure Hunters Club in Spokane, Washington. You can find their page on Facebook, and they've got the main hunt is up in Farragut State Park in North Idaho this year, and that would be in June. But they also have some smaller hunts, club hunts. So you can look them up on Facebook and be able to get some information there if you're interested in coming to the hunt. Yep, in June. That's the main annual event that they put on there, and they do a really good job there. Very, very well organized, very well run. So, yep, Father's Day weekend. So, yeah, last year Brenda and I went to it, and it was a lot of fun. We had a great time. So no problem, George. You're here. We haven't really gotten into too much yet, but just kind of doing some greeting and a little bit of unimportant chit chat, I guess. But we're going to be having a giveaway here in just a little bit. I'm not exactly sure when, and even if I knew when, I'm not going to tell you because I want you guys to be here when we do that. If you go away, you're not going to win. You might not win if you're here either, but but you're going to have a better chance to win if you're here, and you have no chance to win if you're not. So, all right, let's see here. Anyway, I would like to, if any of you guys are in charge of metal detecting groups, clubs, anything associated with a gathering of people, if you're putting on events, anything like that, I ask you guys I really hope that you guys instill in your group members, your club members, your event attendees, the best that you can instill good ethics, because I just heard some more recent news of people that were actually digging in graveyards. They were digging plugs, and if it was a piece of garbage, they would either bury the garbage back in the hole and put the plug back over it, or they would just leave the garbage to the side of the hole. It's this kind of stuff, you guys, again, that's going to get this hobby shut down. It's poor practice. Really, even if you're not representing the hobby, you should be representing yourself. I would hope that you would have more pride in yourself to have better ethics than that. So if you have a club or a group or anything like that, please instill to your members, especially the new people. If somebody is not familiar with how to dig their plugs, take some time, spend with them, you guys, and teach them. It's very crucial to the future of our hobby here. And so graveyards, that should just be common sense, really. You just show some respect. I mean, there's no reason to be going to a graveyard. That's just crazy.
I've got a tip a customer gave me years ago. If you don't mind me sharing it here, Larry, it's
have at it.
So this guy said he was a new user, but he knew a guy near where he lived that was kind of helping him get into the hobby. And he said, "Now I won't hunt a graveyard." He said, but I'll hunt the heck out of everything around it. And this was his reasoning, way back in the day, when people were traveling, they knew they would get, coming up close to a town. And some of the towns were pretty rough back then. And, you didn't want to have all your possessions, all your, valuables on you going into town in case you got robbed or mugged or something like that. So a lot of people would, camp outside the town, find some place to hide or bury some of their valuables, including their money and jewelry and whatnot. And then they'd go into town, get their supplies or do whatever they got to do, go back to where they had stashed their stuff, retrieve that, and then head on, on their travels. And one way they would stash this stuff to know where to go back to was cemeteries were often outside of the town. And they would, if they came across a cemetery, they'd pick a grave marker and, a name they could remember. And then they would walk a certain distance away from it, maybe pick another landmark, a tree, a big, stone or something like that. And that's where they would bury or hide their belongings. And, you can imagine if they made it to town, but never made it back out there for some reason, then that stuff's still there. So, some of those people would use a cemetery as a reference point and hide or bury their stuff really close to it. So he would just start around the perimeter of the cemetery, so he's not disturbing any of the ground there of the actual cemetery, but he would work his way around it and just keep doing that. He's found some pretty good stuff that way.
Mm-hmm.
And not to mention, people visiting the cemetery, walking in and out, dropping coins and other valuables, when they're reaching in their pockets to get their keys or a handkerchief or something like that, and so a lot of stuff lost around the perimeter. But I would never hunt inside a cemetery either. But the outside,
No,
it's not a bad tip.
no, I don't know. I have my thoughts that I'm not even going to speak out, but it's wrong. And you guys really need to really concentrate on your ethics, not just in this hobby, but in everything. We should really work on that, whatever we do. But I'm, I get kind of touchy about it because this is a hobby that I think most of us here are passionate about. And with those kind of practices taking place, we're slowly, I'm not saying that we're going to lose it. We are actually losing places to hunt because of people doing stuff like that. So if you see somebody doing it, if you can instruct them, that you explain to them that this is going to get us shut down. Let me show you how we can do this better. If you'll allow me to show you how to do this in a way that people can't tell that you've been here, haul out your trash, fill in your holes, no matter where you are. I don't care if it's a manicured yard or the local dump. Just use your ethics wherever you go, and that will help preserve this hobby. But I've been out there a few times to get, to ask permission from somebody and go up to the door and get turned down. They say no, because I had somebody metal detect my yard before and they left things a mess. So that's just, that's enough to make you a little upset, thinking that it's a fellow detectorist that's causing things to go downhill. But anyway, so anyway, I'll leave that. But I just hope that clubs and groups and people putting on events will do the very best that they can. I know you can't babysit, each and every member all the time, but something that could actually be mentioned in every meeting that you have, every club meeting. Just, I'll put this in place. Hoover Boys on YouTube. A lot of you guys watch Hoover Boys. They have a big channel on metal detecting. One of the things that they always say at the end of their video is, now I forgot because I haven't listened to that for a while, but basically fill all your holes because all holes matter. And, it's very important. Take your trash with you. So anyway, all right. You guys, what do you say? Dan, I think I'm going to do a real quick giveaway. What do you think?
Go for it.
All right. So for you guys that are here, this is going to be something you have to participate in because I'm going to put something in the chat here or I'll give you a word that you need to put in the chat here pretty quick. But you're going to have to email me if you are the winner at sodbustersmetaldetecting@gmail.com. You're going to have to give me your size, and I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to give away a Sodbusters Metal Detecting t-shirt. This is what I have in stock right now, you guys. I have small, medium, large, and extra large. I apologize if you are bigger than that or something. I don't have them in stock. But I do have small through extra large. And so we'll do a drawing for that here. And then that'll be one giveaway. And then we'll have another one here after a while. So let me get the tool ready here. Okay. Let's see here. All right, you guys, I want you, let's see. Let's just do this. Since we were just talking about it, let me put this in the chat here. And I want you guys to start typing into the comment section here in your chat, ethics. It doesn't matter if it's capitalized or not. It's not capitalization sensitive or anything like that. So ethics, ETHICS. Go ahead and type that in the chat, and then we'll do the drawing here in just a minute. I want to make sure everybody gets in there for the drawing here.
You know, Larry, just recently I had someone tell me something they would do for a lot of hunting is they would go around and just hunt curb strips. And as you know, most towns, that's, you know, there's no rules against that. But if you're hunting the strip between somebody's sidewalk, you know, and the curb, and it's in front of their house and they mow it and they take care of it and all that, and you don't ask their permission, that's not good for our hobby either. Whether it's legal or not, it's not good for our hobby, because at some point somebody's going to complain, somebody's going to confront you. And just the more and more that happens, you know, some people are going to report it, you know, to the police, and then the police have to get involved and, you know, either just ask you to leave or whatever. It's just not worth the hassle, and it's not doing good, you know, for the hobby. So
Right.
Even if you know you can legally be there, just because it's legal doesn't make it right. I always tell people to get permission anyway. You know, if it was the curb strip in front of your house, would you want somebody, you know, out there hunting it without at least, you know, giving you the courtesy of asking, you know, or letting you know, hey, you know, is it okay if I hunt up here?
Yeah.
Of course, some people are going to say no, but you know, it's just the best way to do it. I mean, just do the right thing.
Okay, I'm going to pull this up here and try to see if this works here. Present. Let's see. I've got to figure this out again because it's been a while. Present. Share screen. Share screen. Chrome tab. Giveaway tool. Here we go. All right. Can you guys see that okay? Do you see the giveaway tool, Dan?
I can see it.
Okay.
It's a little small, but I can see it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and collect the comments. Has everybody got ethics typed in? I hope so, because we're going to draw it right now. We're going to collect the comments. All right. There's 33 entries. Here we go, you guys. Ethics. Here we go.
I'm not seeing my name flashing there, Larry. What's going on?
Look at there. Frank's Fly Traps. Awesome. Congratulations. Awesome. Good deal. All right. So, Frank, I need you to send me your information. I think I may have your information because you just ordered something from me about 2 weeks ago. But go ahead and send me that information again if you would. Give me your shirt size, and I will get this off in the mail to you. Congratulations. I'm going to write that down, because this thing up here, this thing that's supposed to thank for you, don't work for me all the time. So, Frank's Fly Traps. Shirt winner. All right. Congratulations. That's awesome. All right. Well, let me see. I got to go stop sharing. There we go. All right. That's one. So in a little bit, we'll do another giveaway here. And Yeah, Scott, I forgot to comment on your comment here about signing an agreement with guidelines and stuff, and that's a good thing to have for sure. Is some people just don't pay attention or care about things a lot of times, and they just ignore it. They sign it to get into the club, and then all of a sudden it's just, oh well, nobody's going to catch me or something. But it's a shame. But yeah, I think so, Leo. I think Dan wanted to give away like a MindLab GPZ 7000 or something like that. Right, Dan? You were going to give it to me though, right?
Sorry, Larry, you're breaking up. I can't understand a word you're saying.
So, but okay. All right. So we got Teresa, the treasure hunter, in here. She's a busy gal, but she's always in here helping out with the chat and everything, monitoring and just conversing with people in here. I don't know how she keeps up. I'm no good at typing, so it takes me too long to type a comment back. So anyway. All right.
If he has any questions out there they want one of us to answer, or both of us, or anything like that?
Yeah.
Anything on the new machines, or
the new Xterra Pro is just around the corner, is what we're hearing. So if you guys are looking for a good entry level machine, and when I say entry level, that doesn't mean that it's not going to perform well. From what I'm seeing, this entry level machine, the Xterra Pro, is performing excellent. I would hunt with it myself with no problem. It's a selectable single frequency machine. You end up with 4 total frequencies on this machine that you can choose from. But it's reaching out and it's hitting dimes at like 10.5 inches. So it's a good deep shooting machine. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing with that. And for the price that it's put in at, it doesn't come with a set of headphones, but what's the deal on that, Dan? Have you heard? I mean, because they're not including headphones with that machine.
No, you can use any of the, headphones that plug in, to an 1/8 inch speaker connection, or you can
That's
use
right.
the wireless ML85 or ML105 headphones, which are the 2 headphones that come with either the Equinox or the Manicore. I'm hoping they'll come out with some more options. And I spoke with my MindLab rep this week about headphone options for all the new machines, because for those that don't know, the old Equinox 600 and Equinox 800 headphones, which was the ML80s, they're not compatible with the Xterra Pro, the Equinox 700, Equinox 900, or the Manicore.
Unless you hardline them, right?
Right. Yeah, they've switched up the type of Bluetooth they use. The Equinox 600 and 800 was using a Bluetooth with a aptX low latency standard, which is developed by Qualcomm, and it was a fast, low latency Bluetooth, and it was a lot more common out there, with cell phones and MP3 players and all that kind of stuff. But they went to an even faster standard. So, if you buy some headphones off the shelf that had that aptX low latency standard, you could use that with the Equinox 600, Equinox 800. And it was reasonably fast. It was pretty good. But the amount of information and that signal that goes out to be that universal with so many products, it takes more time. So to get that time down, they went with a different standard that strips a lot of that away. So when you're pairing your Bluetooth and that signal's going back and forth, it doesn't need to see as much information. So it really cut out a lot of that data so it can respond that much faster. So it wasn't just so you have to buy their headphones. A lot of people probably think that, but it's not. It's really so it's a faster response time. XP does the same thing. Garrett with their Z-Link system, same thing. So there is a reason for that. But I'm hoping they come out with something more. Some more options. Maybe something that doesn't completely cover your ears. So on those warmer days, and you can have a little more, not sweat so much around your ears and all that. Because anyone around my area surely knows what that feels like with the factory headphones sweating to death on you.
Okay. So a friend of mine, Chuck, has been inquiring about that because he's looking at the Xterra Pro. And I completely spaced, you can take and plug in the wire. It would be a corded set of headphones. You can use your Equinox 800 headphones if you need to with the Xterra Pro. You just need to plug them in. They can't be wireless. They're not compatible that way. But hey, Cade Corneliuson, where'd it go? Wait a minute. Oh, here it is. He says, hang on just a second, Dan. I helped a couple find their buried retirement. It was a bit over 400,000 in 1 ounce gold coins. The paper ran the story. Wow. That would be amazing. Can you imagine? I hope you got a cut of that. So, and if you did, send half to me, would you? Just kidding. I want 3/4. So, we had a question up here. The Hammock Hanger podcast. Let me grab that real quick before we get too far behind. Noob here. Where is the best place to find information on where you can and can't metal detect? What I do is, if you live in a town, you're just wanting to metal detect in that town. What I'll do is I'll contact the city or the county, depending on who owns what property. But if you contact, either city, county, or whoever the private person that owns the property is, you can ask them directly, find out if there's any laws against it. A lot of times I've found if you call a city, sometimes you have to go through a few people before you can find out whether there's any ordinances or anything against it. But it's best to make that call and find out. And if you can, if they say, no, we don't have any ordinances against it, ask them if you can get something in writing in case anybody asks. And that way you can carry a copy with you. And if somebody says, hey, you're not supposed to be doing that here, you can pull out that paper and say, well, this is from the city itself and there is no ordinance. And as long as you're on city property, then you should be good to go. Same with the county. State isn't so much. Some states do have rules that I think are probably across the board. I think Washington is one where you can't use like spades or something like that if you're digging in a park. I don't know if that's just city or if that's the state, but some places will say you can only use a probe if you're going to be metal detecting in a park or something like that. So I would just call those, city, state, or if it's private property. You can use one tool I use is OnX Hunt, and OnX Hunt, depending on the program you use, if you use I think it's $30 a year or something like that, you get the state that you choose that will tell you who owns what property. I think it's $100 a year, you can get all the states in the U.S. And that's a tool to find out who owns what property, so you know who to call to find out if you can detect. So, all right. Next, where are we at, Dan? You had one pulled up.
Yeah, someone was asking when the dealers are getting the Xterra Pros. That's I don't have a solid answer on that. I actually asked that question to the warehouse this morning. They're still saying they're on their way. We're hoping for about sometime next week, which would be great. I just saw I got an email for an invoice, and it's possible that I'll see the invoice here shortly. And in that, if that comes up, then maybe I'll know that maybe I've got some coming on that invoice, which would be awesome. But I don't have a good solid date yet, and they're kind of, not just Mine Lab, but the distributors, everything as well. They can't really give you a good solid ETA until they actually see the shipping has left, and know that it's going to be here in X number of days. Because when you see these posts and stuff that just say, oh, they're now shipping, they usually don't give you all the information. Where are they shipping from? Are they shipping from a U.S. warehouse? Are they shipping from the factory? Where is it coming from? So that, and then you got sometimes customs gets in the way, or just the shipping and delivery companies get in the way and slows down a bit. And there was another question I think we missed. I want to grab that real quick. He lost the small square box. That would be the WM08 module for the wireless headphones. It works with the Equinox 600, 800. They do sell that separately. I can look a price up for you here in a second. But honestly, there's so many people out there that bought the Equinox 800 that was included. There's tons and tons and tons of people that never use that module. They only go with wireless headphones. So I would suggest check with guys in your local club if you're a club member, maybe the local Facebook groups, or go to eBay, because I would think you'd be able to find those a lot less expensive than what you could buy one for.
I hope so, but I don't know. I've seen some people out looking to sell them, and I've seen, I don't know, I think about 3 posts of people trying to sell those because they don't use them, and they were asking a pretty hefty price for them. I don't know, just greed, I guess, but I would think that somebody would say, yeah, you know what? I don't use it. Send me the shipping cost or whatever, and maybe, I don't know. I would definitely check out there, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to sell them one, but yeah, I'm going to look at the price for them while we're on this, just so I can give them an idea. If I can find it here.
Let's see.
So go on to the next question if you want, Larry. I'll look this up.
Okay.
And chime in here.
I'm seeing a lot of people coming in here. You guys, I'm not ignoring you. There's a lot of people popping in here. Maddie, Iffy Signals, good to see you guys. James Brown. Yeah, I'm not sure. We've got a lot of people. NC Rocket. Chuck is in here. Chuck, did you? I don't know if you were here when we were talking about plugging in the headphones for the Equinox 800. They will work with the Xterra Pro as long as I forgot all about plugging them in. You can plug them in and use them just fine. So, and I know Dan's got some Xterra Pros that are supposed to be coming in very soon. So if you want to get a hold of him, he can get you on a list, or however you want to do that there.
Yeah, I just found that price, Larry, on the WM08 module. I thought I had it right in my head, but I didn't want to spit out the information without confirming it. The map price, which is what you're going to see pretty much everywhere online, is $259. $259 just for that little box. So, I'd be glad to sell them one. Yeah, I know they're available, but yeah, I would imagine you could probably find one out there for $150 would be my guess. But it just depends on where you find it, who's got it, and all that. There's a ton of them out there that don't get used. So I think you could probably pick one up. Will the Xterra Pro coil work on the Equinox 800.
He just did a video on that. I know that all of your Equinox coils will work. They are compatible. So,
well, he's asking, will the Xterra coil work on the Equinox 800? I don't know the answer to that because Equinox uses all the frequencies that the Xterra has, but the Xterra doesn't have all the frequencies that the Equinox has. So
let's see here. Let's see.
I don't know the answer to that question yet. It is a different size coil on the Xterra Pro. It's a 9x12.
Oh, it won't. Michael just said it will not work. So
I wish I had one in my hands like he does. That would make it easier to answer these questions.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but all the Equinox coils will work with the Xterra. So, but not vice versa. But anyway, thank you, Billy. Yeah, we try. I taught Dan everything he knows, and he still don't know anything. But
Yeah. Alan here's sharing a parcel. I guess that's the name of another app. They'll show you the house's age and the owner's name, so that's pretty helpful. There's another one I know of. I'll share that here in a second. You mentioned the Onyx Hunt, so I'm gonna share that website for them real quick. If I don't mess this up. I think that went through. And we're way behind, aren't we?
Yeah. I get long-winded on some of these, and then I get too far behind where I can't. I kind of look through and see what. All right, Maddie, there was. It does look like the Vanquish coil, David. I don't know if it actually is or not. I don't think it is because, like I said, the coil on the Xterra Pro has the coil cord coming off of the left-hand side of the coil rather than on the right. And I believe the Vanquish, they come off the right side, don't they, Dan? Just like the Equinox?
Honestly, I don't even really pay attention. But they are different coils. And again, the Vanquish is a simultaneous multi-frequency machine like the Equinox. So I doubt they're compatible there either. But it does have kind of a similar size and shape to the Vanquish, but it is a little different size.
Hey, Bill. Be careful how you comment here because Dan's hat won't fit anymore when he hears stuff like this. His head swells up so big. I mean, his skin he gets stretch marks on his forehead from it. And so, okay. Yeah, I've never used that app, that parcel app. I wonder how far back it goes if it gives date of the, of a homestead or something like that.
There's another good app. I'll pull up the website and share that here as well. And it has a lot of neat features in it. I haven't tried every app out there, but this one I've played with a little bit and I really like it. Let me see if I can copy that.
Hillbilly Outdoors said Acres is a good app also. I haven't looked at that one either.
This one I'm sharing now, Gaia GPS.
Gaia GPS, yeah, I'm familiar with that one.
You can actually show layers on the app, and you can use it on your computer as well. And you can bring up the old USGS maps. If anybody doesn't know what that is, we can explain that here in a bit. But you bring up the old USGS maps, and they were done, at different times, over the last, 120, 150 years or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And find the oldest one you can. And then you look and you see a square or a triangle on those as a building or a house. And then you can fade that map in or out and then overlay a newer map on top of it. And let's say you find a map from, let's say, 1912. And then you fade it and then you overlap or overlay a map from, let's say, 1980 over it. And the square or the triangle on the old map is no longer there on the new map, then that tells you there was a house or a building there at some point, that you might not find anywhere else. And, it's a GPS app, so it'll take you right to the spot.
Yeah.
And it's pretty neat. You can go out in some of these remote areas and follow that and just walk right to it. And then you'll start seeing little hints that there was some kind of foundation or, buildings or something there a long time ago.
Darren, I think I remember you from last week. Let me just tell you, Jesus loves you too, brother. I bored you last week. I'm not sure why you're here this week. So, all right. Somebody ordered a Xterra Pro. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's a good machine. Just from what I've seen, with iffy signals, doing tests with it and stuff, I'm very impressed with it. The price is amazing. I can't believe that machine is only $269. So it's not a, simultaneous multi-frequency. It's selectable single frequency, which is okay. I mean, a lot of times single frequency is the way to go in a lot of cases. But it's a very, very good machine, either for a entry level or as a backup machine, whatever you want to do.
There's Piper shared this on the WM08. He sees them on eBay for $80 to $120. So it's a lot more attractive price than $259. Key date kid, like
yeah,
down here.
Yeah, that is a way better price. Yeah, and it is an item that very few people use. Everybody likes that, the Bluetooth option. But anyway, all right. He's sweating. He needs the giveaway. He needs the giveaway. He's sweating now. Yeah, I don't let these people bother me. Like I say, not everybody is for everybody, right? I'm not here to impress anybody. I'm just here to chat with people that we all have a good common interest here, and I enjoy getting together with you guys. So, let's see. What other questions we got here? I'm still running through. I'm behind on this stuff. Regrid. Okay. There's another app, Regrid. I haven't looked at that one either, Will. Now we got Key Date Kid in the house. That's Casey. I enjoy the accomplishment I feel when I find and get permission on a place I've researched and I figure it out on my own. That's a great feeling to find an old piece, especially if you find something that is virgin ground or something not every detectorist in the world know about, and you can go out there and start digging up some really good things. But a lot of times those original pieces of ground that nobody else has found can be really hard to hunt because the garbage hasn't been plucked out of it yet. I've ran into places like that too. But yeah, it is a good feeling to do the research and locate these places on your own. And it's rewarding when you end up doing that. So, but yeah, Casey makes really good metal detecting shovels. So if you guys need metal detecting shovels, contact. You can either get them through Dan at Outlaw Metal Detectors, or you can go to. Here we go, Dan. Help me out.
ExcaliburShovels.com.
What's that?
ExcaliburShovels.com.
Excalibur Shovels. I had a brain fart. So.
I'll share that here in a second. Rob was asking, when's the Equinox 1000 coming?
I hope not too much. I hope not too soon, because we're just we've got quite a few machines that just came out. So
I was really surprised when they came out with the Equinox 700 and 900, because they just released the Manicore. That 600 and 800 were still selling well and doing real well out there, versus the competition. But I guess they just had to, one up themselves and come out with all those new features and everything on it. So here's Excalibur's website.
So yeah, if you guys need hand diggers or shovels, 2-piece shovels, the Merlin, that is the place to go. So
if you want the red, white, and blue color pattern on a shovel, that you'll have to go through me at outlawmetaldetectors.com.
Yep, he's got the exclusive. So, all right. Well, hey, Dan, we've got 56 people in the house here. There's Outlaw Metal Detectors. For all your metal detecting needs, go to Outlaw Metal Detectors. And talk to that guy over there that he's the one that's not as good looking as me. So Dan, did you want to do another giveaway here?
Yeah. I had a little brain fart myself, and I didn't bring one of the tumblers in with me. Do you have yours close by?
Yep. Hang on just a second.
Okay. Sorry about that, everyone.
I'm going to dig through a box here.
I guess must be talking about the Excalibur shovel there. Let's see, anything else we're missing? There we go. And you can see that one's black, obviously, but whoever wins this, if they want a different color, I think right now I have black and red available. So just let me know what color you want, the black or the red, and you see it'll have my logo on one side and the Larry's Sodbusters logo on the other.
See, obviously this is the better looking part of the cup right here on this side.
Yeah.
It's a good thing Dan's in Oklahoma. I'd have to defend myself otherwise.
That's right. If I could find a way you could slap somebody through a cell phone, Larry's face would be red most of the time.
Oh, man. All right. So should we do this then?
Yeah, do that. And then Rob's got a question for us.
Okay. Dan, what would you like them to type into the chat here? Let me get to this. Well, I got to find. I just lost my. Hang on just a second.
How about
I've got to go back to that.
Just type in Tumblr.
Okay. Hang on a second, guys. Let me get this pulled up again because I lost my site here for the giveaway. So
Larry working on a computer. Everybody probably got enough time to take a nap.
You got that right. Okay. Okay.
And
Let me get back here.
I do also have water bottles if somebody wants a water bottle instead of the tumbler, or a coffee cup. So if somebody, whoever the winner is, if they prefer a coffee cup or the water bottle over the tumbler, let me know and I can do that as well.
All right, let's see here.
Is it too early for them to say tumbler, or is it?
They can do it now.
Okay. Was it too early a minute ago?
I think they'll be okay. They're okay. So
might go ahead and type it in again if you.
Yeah, go ahead. It'll go ahead and type in tumbler. Everybody, it's in here, and so whoever wins this giveaway, let's see. Who do you trust more, an outlaw or a sodbuster?
Well, the reason
How about a sod busting outlaw?
The reason I named this outlaw metal detectors. So I'm in Oklahoma, and before Oklahoma was a state, it was known as Indian Territory, but a lot of people referred to it as outlaw territory because of all the outlaws that would, hide out here and bury their loot and all that. And I read a story years ago that this guy, longtime treasure hunter, he had a theory that Oklahoma may have more buried treasure in the ground than all the other states combined because of all the outlaw history here. So I thought it made a good name for the business.
You bet. You bet. All right. Has everybody got tumbler typed in? Okay. All right, you guys, I'm going to put this to share screen.
Somebody asked, can you buy them also? Gary, if you want one, just send me an email or give me a call, and I'll see what I can do for you. I see you've got your own logo. I may be able to put that on there as well if I can get it to come out clean enough.
Okay, does everybody see it? You see that, Dan?
I can see it.
Okay. All right, everybody, here we go. We're going to collect those comments right now. Oh, what's going on here? You know what? Hang on.
We shouldn't trust Larry with technical issues.
Oh, man. Here we go again. All right, you guys, hang on just a second. I've got to get the site back. I'll tell you what.
Are they going to have to type it in again now?
Probably. Hang on just a second. I've got to.
So don't type anything till Larry knows.
Yeah, wait till I get this up again. Okay, choose the broadcast. That's the metal detecting live stream. And
I'm going to check my invoices real quick. I just got some email. Hopefully this is good news.
Okay, everybody, go ahead and start typing in tumbler
again
right now.
All right, I've got some Equinox 900s coming in.
Oh, awesome. We know somebody that's waiting on that.
Yep, and I think that's the majority of the good news. I think the other invoice is just going to be some smaller accessories and stuff.
Okay, I'm going to share screen again. You guys go ahead. If you go ahead and type in tumbler again, because we're collecting them now. So I'm going to share screen here in just a second. Let's see here. Giveaway tool.
Yeah. So was Brenda on here?
I haven't seen her on here yet. Of course, I haven't. It's hard to keep up on the comments.
Yeah, Yeah, we're a little slow. Sorry for that, guys.
Oh, speak for yourself.
Well, I'm usually not slow, but I'm having to try to carry your weight as well. So
All right. Everybody typing it in. Come on, type in Tumblr. Somebody's going to win. And while you're typing it in, I hear my dog whining for some reason. So I'm going to go beat my kid. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'll be right back.
let's see here. I'm scrolling through the comments, see if there's any more questions we missed, because I believe it's been easy to keep up.
All right, here we go. We got 55 people in the chat. We have 46 entries right now. So you guys, if you haven't typed in Tumblr, type it in for a chance to win this Tumblr here. So I'm going to give it about another 15 seconds and then we'll do the drawing. All right, Dan, you ready?
Get her done.
Get her done. Here we go. Metal detecting with CZ Kid.
All right.
All right. Congratulations. You want to write that down on your end there, Dan? Or?
Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and share my email address here.
Good.
So he can email me his name and address information, everything to get that out.
Congratulations, CZ Kid. They're nice tumblers. I use mine all the time.
And like I said, if you prefer a coffee mug with a handle on it, or a water bottle with a screw-on lid, let me know, and I can swap that out either way. Whatever your preference is.
All right. Congratulations. Congratulations. So just email Dan at outlawmetaldetectors.com, Dan at outlawmetaldetectors.com, and provide him with the information that he needs to get this shipped off to you and what you're looking for, the tumbler or the cup, and he'll get you fixed up there. An affiliate program? No, we don't. Hillbilly Outdoors.
I'm not sure what specifically what he's looking for there. I'm wondering if he's wondering if you have Amazon links or something like that so many of the YouTube channels have, which is
no. Dan is the one that I'm affiliated with as far as promoting his business and telling people about him for metal detecting equipment and stuff like that. So let's see here. Oh, there's a lot of comments in here.
Yeah, there is. Can't remember if I shared the Gaia GPS link. I think I did.
You did.
Okay.
Yep.
Just checking.
So I did do an affiliate. I did a video today that a company sent me a couple of flashlights. One was a headlamp, and the other one I haven't done the video on yet, but it's another real small flashlight, really bright though. And so I do have an affiliate link with them where I get like 10% of of the sales on that. But, as far as that's just something that just recently that company reached out to me. But every little bit helps as far as keeping the channel going. Speaking of which, if you guys are so inclined, I'm going to put a link down in the chat there. If you guys would like to buy me a coffee, it's not really buying me a coffee. It's just kind of a small donation to the channel to help things out there. But
Larry,
Pat, on.
Ron's asking about setting up your machine for iron. So
okay,
I'm going to share this for him. Now, be careful watching this video, Ron. This guy's a little out there. He's a little weird. So that video there might get you where you need to be. It's Equinox 800 settings for heavy iron.
Ron.
I know Ron uses a Deus. I think he's got Equinox as well, but
yeah.
I don't have anything specific on the Deus at the moment.
I know Ron knows the answer to this question, but it may
every question he asks and every time he talks, he's always in that iron.
He's in the iron for sure. Yeah. We're gonna start calling him Iron Man here. But anyway, no, I like to get the all metal mode going, click on the horseshoe and just kind of listen to what's in the ground there. If it sounds like it's every sweep you go across and all you hear is that low grunts all over the place like a machine gun, then it's time to start working with that recovery speed, or even change the coil out to a smaller coil for separation and stuff. But no, that's one thing. I went to an old school. It wasn't super old. It was out of the 1930s or 40s. And it's still in use today, but I was hunting along and I wasn't using all metal mode. And then I decided later on, after about an hour, I flipped on the all metal, and there was a lot of iron in the ground. I thought, wow, I'm set up all wrong here. And so I went ahead and made my adjustments. I adjusted the sensitivity. I adjusted my recovery speed, stuff like that. And when I did that, all of a sudden I started popping out wheat pennies. I think I popped out 4 in a row or something like that. Just before I left, things really started popping out. So yeah, it is good to try and figure out what the ground is doing actually before you set up. I didn't do it that time, but later on I found out, the situation I was hunting in, found out how much iron was actually there. And made my adjustments, and it made a difference. So okay, so all right, just emailed Dan with my info. Thank you, Sodbusters Metal Detecting. Yeah, you bet. Congratulations. It's a nice tumbler.
There's some questions on here I think we missed, Larry. Where did it go? I shared it just a second ago.
Was that Rob? I think I clicked off of one that you had there.
That right there?
Yeah.
So he's asking, he's got the Equinox 800. Now he's asking, should he sell it to get the 900? I don't have any experience on the 900 yet because I haven't been able to keep one long enough. Not to mention I haven't had time to detect in a good while.
Rob, I probably, if you just bought that 800, I'd use it. Really, to be honest with you, the 900 does have its benefits over the 800, but for if you just bought that 800, it's going to serve you well. It's a great machine. That Equinox 800 is a great machine. I would use it, to be honest with you. And later on down the road or something like that, if you decide you want to upgrade, you can. But probably the main thing I would concentrate on is just finding good sites. You know, start doing your research and finding some old sites or whatever you want to hunt. Maybe you don't want to hunt old sites. Maybe you want to hunt beaches for jewelry and stuff. I don't know, but I would concentrate on doing some research and finding some good places to hunt and just use it, because it's a great machine. The 800 has been a great machine for what? It's been out for, I think, about 5 years now. So it's been a hard one to beat, really. So I mean, if you want to go with it's up to you. The problem is, if you just bought the 800, and you turn around to go sell it, you're going to probably lose about, I'm guessing, around $300. Wouldn't you say, Dan, to sell it used?
That's a hard question to answer, because I see used ones going, some guys just want to get whatever they can so they can grab a new Equinox 900 or put it towards a Manicore, things like that. Yeah. His being that new with that much warranty left, he might be able to do pretty well with it. And a lot of it's going to depend on, where you're located, what machines are going for in your area and so on. So that's a tough question to answer.
Yeah. I mean, that's personal preference all the way around, but
it's an improvement over the 800. But if you really want to look at something that's got that extra level, game changer, if you want to call it that, the Manicore has that 2D screen on the bottom that, you get that more visual information on what a target is, or at least might be. So that's really going to be a step up.
Yeah.
And, it's all going to be opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to answer this real quick, Larry. Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right. Just Ron's from Mississippi. Enjoy your videos and God bless you. I have the Equinox 800. Well, thank you, Ron. Yeah, great machine. Glad to have you here.
I'm going to show this one real quick, Larry. This question. Connecting AirPods to the Equinox 800, not going to work. I'm going to share this. I'll put this in the comments and then I'll share it on screen real quick. If I can get down here to it. It does not have the aptX low latency standard. So this is some information I found on them. They only support the AAC codec, which is, as it says here, inferior compared to LDAC or the Qualcomm's aptX. Then it cut off the rest of the information, which it says, but it seems that Apple believes otherwise. So it doesn't support the right codec, which in layman's terms, kind of like, it's not speaking the same language in a way. So now the AirPods, unfortunately, aren't going to work. And as we all know, Apple likes to do a lot of things different than, the other manufacturers anyway. They have a lot of their own standards and stuff, which a lot of times is not a bad thing. They do make some good products, but when it comes to, compatibility across manufacturers, a lot of times they don't have the advantage there.
714, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Somebody asked about the CTX 3030 earlier, and Ron answered some stuff on there. The thing about that 3030, if you're not an experienced user, there's a lot more to it than your Equinox or even your Manicore. So I've got guys that are experienced detectorists, and they have a 3030 they bought 5 years ago, and a lot of times they don't even take it hunting with them. They'll take their Equinox because it's lighter weight and it's a lot easier to use. That being said, there's still some features of the 3030 that even the Manicore won't have. The 3030 is still, in a lot of ways, considered the top dog But, you know, I get asked all the time, what's the best machine out there? Well, that's a tough question to answer because the best machine for me might not be the best machine for you, and so on and so forth. I had a user that came in, his friend or buddy or something, said, well, just go in there and just buy this machine. It's the one you want. And he came into my shop and was looking around, and I was showing him the machine he came to look at, and he would swing it a little bit and then pick it up and get that display probably 8 or 10 inches in front of his face to read it. And, by the time he gets that up there, well, the VDI numbers change, the depth indication all change, so he's having a hard time with that. And I said, let me go grab a different machine for you. It was one with a bigger display and everything. He tried it, and it was lighter weight and more comfortable for him. He goes, oh, that makes a big difference. So, each person has their opinion and their reasons for why a machine is best for you. So that's always a tough question. Some people need a lightweight machine,
Thank you, Leo. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Keep this channel going here. So,
Leo says best machine is what works for you. Exactly.
That's exactly right.
And it's the machine that you have in your hand, because if you don't have the money for another machine, or you don't have another machine, then use the one you got. It's the best one that you got at the moment.
Yeah, that is a definite benefit right there. The 900 is shipping with the 11-inch and the 6-inch coil. So that's a pretty good deal right there.
It is, but I kind of think maybe they should offer it without the 6-inch, bring the price down a little. I think they did that to kind of, get that price point difference between the 700 and the 900. A lot of users out there are already going to have the Equinox 600 or 800, and good chance they may already have that 6-inch coil. So they may not need a second one, but it's, I don't make the decisions for Mind Lab.
Dan, let's see.
Are you on is that David's question?
Yeah.
So David, normally the map price, or the internet price, if you want to call it that, the price you're going to see everywhere online is $179. David's bought a couple of machines from us, so just give me a call or send me an email, David, and I'll see what I can do for you on that.
All right. Good deal. I'll tell you what, you guys, I'm going to do another giveaway here. And I'm going to give away another shirt. I'm going to do again, let's see, it's going to be a Sodbusters metal detecting shirt. And this is black and gold. So I have the sizes from small through extra large. I don't have anything larger than extra large. So I'm sorry if you're bigger than that, but that's what I have in stock right now. So let me get down here to the giveaway tool again. They make it, I don't know why they do this with this giveaway tool. If I go back, it's going to take me out of it, which it did. So now I got to type it in again. Let's see. Okay. All right, you guys. Let's type in shirt. SHIRT. Doesn't matter if it's capitalized or not, just shirt. And we'll draw that here in just a little bit after everybody's typed in.
I'm going to answer another question Rob asked here, if you don't mind, Larry.
Go ahead.
Wow, man. comments jumped real quick. So without, talking to the bean counters at one of the metal detecting companies, they would have the best answer to this. But I would say probably the computer or the control module, whatever you want to call it, for the machine, because that's where most of the research and development is going to go. So that you got to consider that cost. You've got the electronics in it, all the regular components, but then you've also got the software that goes into it. All that is in that, like he said, computer basically is what it is. You've got the processor chip, all that stuff. I think would be more expensive when you look at it now. Is it cheaper to produce that in a factory, per unit? Just the physical cost of getting all that components and actually manufactured. I couldn't say there, but all the research and development behind that and everything I mentioned, I think would be the biggest cost, because the coil is really just, in most cases, it's just, copper windings, in a certain number of turns and pattern and size, and in a plastic housing with, sealed usually in epoxy, and, then having a connector coming out. It's basically an antenna, or you could look at it as two antennas, a transmit and receive antenna. So there's not a whole lot of components to most coils. Now, that's kind of not always true. If you look at like an XP, their electronics is in the coil, and when you buy a new coil for an XP, that's why they cost so much more than buying a coil for most of your other brands. Now, that being said, the Equinox and several other machines as well, they do have what they call smart coils, so they actually have chips in them as well. But they don't have all the software and the brains and everything of the machine that's going to add to all that cost.
Yeah, our Equinoxes have the smart coil and everything too, so there's a chip in that. But all right, you guys, everybody typed in shirt. Getting ready for the drawing here. All right, let me get into the tool here. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Oh, come on, you guys. I've only got 35 entries in here. So we need to get some typing going on, because there's 53 people in the chat right now.
Maybe the rest of the people need a bigger size.
It could be. That may be. All right, you guys, type in shirt. I'm going to draw here. I'm going to give you 15 seconds. And on this one, you will email me with your mailing information, as well as
I had to share that one, Larry.
as well as your shirt size. So you're gonna mail me at sodbustersmetaldetecting@gmail.com. All right, here we go, you guys.
We can't see the drawing
this will
screen,
automatically. What's that?
We can't see the drawing screen.
Yeah, this will automatically screen out any duplicates. So anyway, here we go, you guys. We're going to do the drawing. Going to share screen, giveaway tool, share. All right, here we go. Draw it. Rye Patch Ron. Wow, I can almost toss it to you from where I'm at, Ron. Congratulations. So just email me your size, Ron, and I'll get this out to you. I think that's the first time Ron's ever won in a giveaway. Well, at least on my live stream here. So,
Well, looks like Dan Green just joined us. I talked to him earlier today, and says Northern Michigan water detectorist is here. And this guy contacted me for the first time a little over a year ago, and he was looking for a machine and mentioned he's a water hunter, and I already knew he was from Michigan. I said, so are you getting your gear ready for the summer? He said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, you're in Michigan. You don't water hunt this time of year, do you? He said, oh, yeah, I was out hunting this morning. So all you guys out there complaining it's too cold to go hunt, unless you're on frozen ground and there's water around you, here you go. We got some water hunters out there that are, they're out there. I think the day I first talked to him, I think he said it was, I can't remember if he said it was 10 degrees or negative 10 degrees.
no.
And, that's dedication there. But I don't know. I don't handle cold that well, but he lives in Michigan, so he's a lot more used to it than I am.
Well, congratulations, Ron. Yeah, just send me an email at sodbustersmetaldetecting@gmail.com, or you know how to get a hold of me either way. So just get a hold of me and send me your size and your address, and I'll get that out to you. Also, Leo, I'm glad you could join us this evening. Thank you for coming in. And thank you for the super chat as well. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. All right. Yeah, I did. I ordered that wetsuit, and the first one I got was horrible, man. It was tight. And yeah, winter's been hard on me. It was hard on the I did come up with a great exercise plan though. I'm walking to the refrigerator more times now and faster. I don't know if it's helping or not, but I'm trying that. So I did all winter. But anyway, so I had to reorder. I ordered the next size up and got that in, and that one fits a lot better. But where I pooched my gut out, I've been able to do that all my life, but my gut naturally pooches out now. Just not quite as much as I portrayed in that video. So, all right. You guys, I want to thank Teresa too for the help that she's always in here just helping out and answering questions. And, I don't keep up with the chat very well. And so, Ron says, okay, so you want to give it away, Ron, and to do another giveaway? I almost missed that. Let me know if that's what you want to do, Ron. If that's the case, I will go ahead and do another drawing here. So
I guess he's asking about a Sodbusters hat.
Whoops. Yeah, Frank, you looking for a Sodbusters hat or an Outlaw Metal Detector hat?
Larry, I'm tempted to bring up your little wetsuit video and share it, but I know people need to sleep tonight, and this will just give them nightmares.
Okay. Yeah, I'll redo that. But yes, Frank, if you want a hat, if you're looking for a Sodbusters metal detecting hat, you can email me at sodbustersmetaldetecting@gmail.com, and I'll send you my information and for payment and everything, and we can go from there through the email. So, all right.
Yeah, Ron says go ahead and do the giveaway.
Okay. All right. Let me pull it up again. It's going to go away. I know it will. Here we go. Yeah. I don't know why they do it this way. You can't, once you've done the drawing, you have to go back. The way it looks to me is there's no option. If I backspace or click the back arrow, it completely goes away. I have to type it back in. I don't know why they do that. Makes it a hassle. Then I got to connect up to the stream again.
I'm going to go ahead and answer this question. Asking again when the Xterras are coming in. I'm hoping possibly next week, but I haven't seen actual shipping or tracking information. Just going with what I've been told. I would say probably next week or the week after. And I've already got my pre-order in for several of them. So, yeah, when they actually arrive here, I should get them pretty quick.
Okay, you guys, sod busters. That's the new word to type in for the shirt. This is a shirt from size small through extra large. So type in sod buster, and it needs to be put together, all one word, sod busters. There you go, sod busters. Ron's passing it on here to somebody else. So sure appreciate you guys joining me tonight here, me and Dan on the stream. By the way, I'm not sure. I'll have to check and see. I may be gone next Friday. I don't know this for sure. So it's possible that we may not have a live stream next Friday.
Are you going to that place you've been talking about that you've been?
Yep. I'm planning on it. I'm trying to make that come together.
Where's my plane ticket?
Where are you going to go to the Bahamas while I go search for treasure?
I might go to the Bahamas after I dig up your treasure when you're not looking.
Sod busters. If things work out right, I'm trying to coordinate it with that friend of mine, and he's a real friend, Dan. He's a real friend. And the weather, of course, but we'll see what happens. But if I do actually find this, Dan, then I'm going to take you to McDonald's and we can celebrate.
All right. Get any Happy Meal I want?
Huh?
I get any Happy Meal I want?
You bet. A 3-piece chicken McNugget. All right. Sodbusters.
You gonna pull the trigger on that drawing?
Yeah, I was just reading Alan's comment here. I thought Larry was changing his name from Sodbusters to Sidebusters after seeing the wetsuit video. Yeah, Zipper Busters. So, all right, here we go, you guys. Thank you, Teresa, for sharing that. All right, I'm going to put this in share screen. And everybody, if you're typed in, oh, we already are on share screen. I just need to go over here and draw it. There's only 30 entries. 10 seconds, we're going to draw. So if you haven't typed in Sodbusters, better do her in a hurry. So
I'm gonna go with what Finders Keepers said here, Larry, and I'm gonna go into a little bit about those headphones I was talking to you about earlier this week, the bone conduction.
Okay.
I found something out yesterday I want to share with everyone.
All right. I'm going to draw this real quick and then we'll go for it. All right, here we go. David Lewis, look at that guy.
All right.
Congratulations, David. All right. So email me, or you can, you're in the Sodbusters Metal Detecting Facebook group too. So if you want to, you can send me a private message or email. Either one will work as long as I can get your contact information and the size of shirt that you'd like. So congratulations. Let me write that down. All right. Congratulations. All right.
All right. On this headphones, it's just more of a comment here, not really a question, but it reminded me about something. So hopefully you guys can see these pretty good. So I picked up these wireless headphones here for myself. I use them, for music and for my phone calls and stuff. They work really well, and what I really like about them is they don't go over your ears like traditional headphones, so they don't cover your ears up and make them sweat, and they don't go in your ears because I don't care to have anything in my ears. These actually rest right here on your temple, just in front of your ear, and they work surprisingly well. They call them bone conduction headphones because it's just kind of sending the vibrations off the bones in your ear. XP has some. They're not wireless, but they are bone conduction headphones that they use for their underwater headphones, and they work surprisingly well. Now, I'm hoping that manufacturers, MindLab, and the other competitors will come out with some headphones like this that will work with their wireless systems, because I think a lot of people really like these. So if y'all can, spread that news around, say, hey, somebody needs to make these, and maybe they'll listen and come out with these for us. Now, I tried pairing these up with the Equinox 600, Equinox 800. They will not pair up. They don't have that low latency aptX standard. I tried, with other machines as well. I was able to pair these up with the Legend from Nocta, but they don't work well with it. The reason is the low latency. Since this doesn't have the low latency, I hooked it all up, got them paired, and then I could move a target in front of the coil, and you could actually see there was a delay, and it was too much of a delay. It's going to have you off on your detecting. It's going to have you off on your pinpointing. So will they work, with that particular machine? Yes, but they're probably not going to work as well as you want them to. So hopefully they'll come out, maybe one of the headphone manufacturers will make some that'll work with these new detectors if they can get that, that the codes worked out. Or hopefully the metal detector manufacturers ideally would get some that'll work with metal, some wireless bone conduction headphones that'll work with metal detectors. I think it would really, they would really be popular because they're super lightweight, and they just go around the back of your head like this, and then you can see it just rests there right in front of your ear. It's not back here in my ear, and you can have them out here a little more forward on your temple, or put them right over where it's just outside your ear, and it's almost like it's amplified there. It really makes it a lot louder that way. And as Forrest Gump said, that's all I have to say about that. Nobody makes them yet.
I haven't tried them, but they do sound very interesting. I mean, people are saying that they're using them for absolute deaf people to help them hear. It's working for deaf people. So
Zeke's asking, would the Deus 2 headphones work with MindLab detectors?
Mm-mm.
I'm assuming he's talking about the XP Deus 2 wireless.
They won't.
No. Now, the 1/8 inch plug wired headphones, yes, because that's all a very common connection. That 1/8 inch plug is, probably the most common out there. Again, that's for wired. The wireless, no. XP uses their own proprietary coding, or trying to think of a different term for that. The way it processes that signal, and what they did basically is, like I mentioned earlier, that all that data that goes out from one Bluetooth device to another, so they can talk to each other. They strip down the amount of data that needs to go back and forth, so they can make that response time a lot quicker. And a lot of the claims say that they've cut it down to about 10 times faster than a standard Bluetooth. And if you did an experiment like I did with these headphones I just mentioned, and then a pair of headphones that are made for that machine, it is a very noticeable difference. It's not like you're going to be off by an inch. You're going to be off by several inches, and that, you do that, and then you're going to stick your shovel in the ground and end up, sticking it right in your target instead of around it.
Dan, what do you recommend for some good waterproof for the 800 headphones?
I've got some different options in stock. The MindLab ones work just fine. They're actually the least expensive by a little bit. I kind of like the Thresher myself. So Thresher is owned by one of the guys that used to be part of the group that makes the Gray Ghost headphones. They did some change of hands, is my understanding, years ago, and now he makes the Thresher headphones, and they use the same shell, all the same hardware and components, except for the internal speakers. They get a little bit bigger speaker, so I like the sound of them a little bit better, and they're actually a little bit cheaper than Gray Ghost. So between those three options, I kind of like the Threshers myself. Really well built. If you don't have anything against yellow, I think they're a great choice.
Dan likes pink.
Here we go. Always got to do something like that. Well, I could tell everyone what Ben said, but we'd have to change our channel from a G rating to something else.
Oh boy. All right. Well, you guys, here we are, we've been here an hour and 48 minutes. I can't believe you guys can put up with Dan that long. That's a long time. Do you think MindLab will have a 105? The 105s.
Yeah, the 105s and the 85s will work with the Xterra. They will. I asked basically that question here within the last week. When are we going to start seeing the accessories available for the new Equinoxes, the Manicore, and now the Xterra? And those headphones are compatible across all those. So hopefully sooner rather than later. And even the Equinox 700, 900 and the Manicore. People are asking, well, when can I get the accessory coil for the Manicore? Yeah. Ron, go over there and have a little talk with Larry for me. What was I saying? The accessories, the lower rods, all that stuff. People are looking for smaller coils. They're looking for lower rods, for their Equinoxes and their Manicores, and they're not available yet. I've kind of got the impression and kind of got a little bit of information that they're probably looking at the June, July timeframe. Nothing official there, and that can always change depending on, the shipping and the imports, customs, all that stuff. So hopefully sooner, but the way that everything's been shipping lately, I don't know.
All right. Everybody's still on the pink wetsuit and stuff here. All right. Treasure hunter might want. Yeah, Teresa might like that. She'd be out there water hunting in that pink wetsuit. along with her pink. Well, Teresa, you couldn't use your pink shovel. You'd have to use a pink sand scoop. You'd have to find this pink sand scoop out there somewhere. So Dan might have one. He might have one for himself. I don't know that he'll let loose of it.
Yeah. Hey, I've always been told, if you come across a guy with pink, especially at a gun range, and he's got a pink gun, something like that, probably ought not to, don't want to mess with him or say anything to him, because, they might be just a little too crazy. And that might be the reason they're carrying pink, is because they want you to say something and have a reason to, to cause a problem.
Ohio Metal Maven, thank you. I appreciate you being here. We just go and we have fun. Sometimes we don't even plan a topic, because a lot of times, the questions come in and kind of create what we're going to do. We just kind of let that flow. But there are times we do have a topic in mind to discuss, especially if there's a new product out or something like that. We can discuss that. But yeah, appreciate you guys being here, all of you. Have a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. I am going metal detecting tomorrow if I wake up. And hopefully find something good. But let's see. Dan's too. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Listen to this.
I got people backing me up, mister. The real reason sometimes
he is pretty manly. I hear he has to shave like once every 4 weeks. So
yeah. The real reason we don't have a topic sometimes is, Larry just can't seem to think of nothing.
I never can think of anything. That's just the way it is. Oh, but you guys are awesome. I appreciate all of you. And even though Dan is the way that he is, we want to thank him too for showing up on these live streams. He's a busy guy. He's taking care of his business there and his family, and so it's always nice to have him on the stream here. And if you guys need any metal detecting supplies at all, be sure that you get a hold of Dan. I will vouch for his integrity, even though he uses a pink shovel. I don't know. So,
Larry must be colorblind.
So anyway, you guys are awesome. I appreciate all of you. Thank you again, Teresa, for all of your help. We need to get on Messenger because we need to catch up on some things. I haven't talked to you in a while. I know you're busy, but if you're too busy to talk with me, then you're in trouble. So, but anyway, yeah, outlawmetaldetectors.com for any of your metal detecting needs. And you guys join the Sodbusters metal detecting group on Facebook. And you guys can ask questions there. You can post your finds. If you find something great metal detecting or something, you want to share that with others, then you can do that on there. You can contact me through Messenger there as well. So however you want to do that. But come join. I usually update whenever we have information about a new product, or maybe Dan just got a shipment of Manticores or 900s in. I will update you there in the group. So that will be the first place you see it. So feel free to hop on over to Sodbusters Metal Detecting on Facebook. And you guys be safe this week. Have a great week. And if things don't work out for next Friday for me heading out, then we will have another live stream. But I will post that in the Facebook group, whether we will or not have a live stream next Friday. So, but you guys are awesome. Dan, anything else you wanted to?
Nothing at the moment. But thinking of that some of what we were talking about earlier. If somebody has an idea of something they want us to talk about on a live stream, email us your ideas, and it might be something we can elaborate on. Gives us a little time to research and come up with with actual information we can share on our screen like we've been doing, whether it be videos, pictures, just information or whatever, because gives us a little time to have that prepared beforehand, so I'm not over here clicking on other links and trying to share them. Save a little time and make things run a little faster, a little smoother.
You bet. All right, well, I will we're just under 2 hours here. We've been at it for 1 hour and 56 minutes, and I appreciate you guys. I love you all. You be safe out there, and we will see you on the next live stream, hopefully next Friday night.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Take care, everyone.